And we're back, and this is the second week of August. Today is August 7th, 2013, and it is, at least on my end, kind of a scrawny comic book week, but if you're on more third-tier IDW Image, whatever minded, you're going to
smaller companies.
That's what we were
Smaller
laughing about
companies.
last week. You make the other companies just sound like such a little...
Third tier.
They're not. They're not.
They're
Just
just
call
they're-
them independents. Why don't you
Independents.
call them independent comics? I don't understand.
Because some of them aren't.
They're independent. I mean, the
It's like
big
calling them
two,
the
they're
special
independent
class
of the
of
big
comic
two.
books.
What
Like
are
third
what,
tier.
what do you call them not independent?
Is Dark Horse independent?
Yeah,
Is IDW?
yeah.
All those franchises.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely smaller ones, but yes, I call anything that's not Marvel or DC the independent comics.
Okay. All right. Well,
It's certainly better than third tier or sucky comics.
If you
I
want to
never
continue
said
the debate,
sucky.
leave a comment.
Right, yes, there you go.
I've never said sucky. Because most of the
All
comics
right,
that
go-
I'm picking up this
keep on
week,
going.
well, most of the comics that I'm picking up this week are from like Image and I think mostly Image. I don't think I'm getting anything Dark Horse. I don't think Star Wars comes out this week.
No, not this week.
I think that's the only thing we're getting from Dark Horse. But anyway, but it is. We can all agree, kind of a
Yes,
small
it's-
week as compared to like last week or something like that.
Right, the build-up of Image that they've been doing has got, there's a pretty fair amount of cool Image stuff to this.
Yes. Okay. So without further ado, TJ's also with us. If you can't see him on screen, that's because
Hey
well,
guys.
He's reading comics in the
he's reading
corner.
comics in the corner. But let's go ahead and move into the independent comics.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
First off, the second issue of Satellite Sam. I think we'll all agree here that the first issue was very well done.
Not
Very-
TJ.
Not TJ. Not TJ. I personally thought it was a good introduction to the story.
As
It
a
didn't-
Grant Morrison fan, I thought it was incomprehensible.
I will say that
I don't think it's incomprehensible.
I listened to, TJ listened to this too, World Balloon podcast where he interviewed Fraction, and Fraction said that even he was like the first issue is kind of just a setup. It really didn't start to the second issue.
Yeah, didn't
Right.
he even say like you could even consider it an issue 0?
Yeah,
Like,
think of it as a prologue. So
Yeah.
the second issue that comes out today is the one that you're really going to want to jump in on. So
Look at the ad on the back.
I know. I'm excited about that.
yeah,
Sex
and that's coming up
criminals.
soon too. When they say
Next month.
September, yeah. So look for Sex Criminals and Satellite Sam today.
I like Howard Jenkins' art.
I mean, it's really pretty. From a little mini hiatus, Manhattan Projects number 13. So anything you want to say about this one, TJ?
Just continues to be awesome.
Just continues to be awesome.
I think they're jumping into the future now or something.
Yeah, I can't keep up with this series.
Who does the art on Manhattan Project?
Patera,
Okay.
and it's really interesting artwork. And then we have 2 J. Michael Straczynski comics coming out today. 10 Grand, which continues on with, I believe the main character's name is Joe. Joe's mission to do right in the world and then get to see his wife when he performs a good deed. And then a first issue called Sidekick, which follows the life of a sidekick after his hero dies.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. So I'm pretty excited about reading this new Straczynski book.
Hey Brian, what do you think about 10 Grand coming out monthly?
I'm amazed. That's the only reason I haven't been bought it by it, because I wasn't expecting the slowest artist in the world and the slowest writer in the world to actually produce. So
But,
it looks cool.
We're 3 for
Yeah.
3 right now.
yeah, everything I've heard about it is good. I've heard people say
Yeah.
that it's basically, if you're missing the Vertigo Hellblazer, the Vertigo Constantine, that's where you get it now.
Mhm.
That's pretty
So,
cool.
And I
I'm
will
pretty
say,
excited about that.
Like I have all 4 of these issues. I just haven't sat down and read them. So
Oh,
it's going to
sorry,
be
4. I thought
Yeah.
that was issue 3.
yeah. So
But
4
yeah,
issues.
I'm pretty shocked that it's coming out on time. Sidekick I expect to come out on time. Tom Mandrake's pretty good.
Mhm.
He'll be quick, but
Yeah.
I can't believe Temple Smith's putting it out.
So those are your highlights from the smaller companies this week.
I have one more addition to the smaller companies. Something that I picked up this week that I kind of want to promote, even though you can't pick it up in your comic book store because it is digital only. I'm sorry. It's beginning about on Comixology or through the writer himself. It's Joshua Helfiakov's Bunker #1. It is really good. It's $2.
Is that the kid from Teen Titans who builds bunkers with his mind?
No. It's about a group of, I can't tell if they're teenagers or just like early 20s, but they're going to bury a time capsule. And when they go to dig the time capsule, they find a bunker that has all their names on it, and a bunch of letters addressed to them from the future, from themselves. And it's a cool idea, and it's a good comic. And
Do
one of
those
the,
art?
I keep forgetting he's not a big name, but cool thing is it is DRM free. So I bought it for $2, and I'm actually gonna send you guys some copies of the PDF. Because I can do that because I own it. Anyway,
Can I butt in as well?
yes.
Legend of Luther Strode #6 also comes out today. This is the last of the Legend of Luther Strode, and the beginning of the legacy of Luther Strode, which will come out in fall of 2014. It's been a great series. It's got great art.
Fall of 2014.
It's got backups by
Yeesh.
Yale Stewart, and it's got a pinups gallery in this issue. So
So you have to wait a year for more
We're
Luther
waiting.
Strode?
We're waiting a year for American Vampire,
Yeah.
and we wait so much for Saga. So
Waiting a year for which comes back next week.
I waited a
Yeah.
year for Breaking Bad. So
yeah, I'll wait for a good comic.
Waiting a year for Guardians of the Galaxy.
I waited way longer than a year for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, but I'm really excited.
But you mean the movie?
Yeah, the movie. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a big break between Abnett and Lanning and Bendis.
Yes, yeah. Well, I guess it's my turn. With DC, I have nothing. I have nothing from DC. That doesn't mean that there's not anything coming out from DC. There is Swamp Thing, Green Lantern, Green Arrow. There's plenty of stuff. I just don't read it, and therefore I have nothing really to say about it. What I am here to advertise is for Vertigo, which of course is connected to DC. It is Jeff Lemire's Trillium #1, and it is flip book style. And it is cool to have Lemire back doing not only writing, but, well, he's been doing writing, but also on art. So if you're an Underwater Welder fan or a Sweet Tooth fan, you got your Jeff Lemire art coming back. I know it takes place in space. I don't know anything about it, but Jeff Lemire is just one of those names that you kind of trust it when it comes out. Also, on Comixology, they are having a Sweet Tooth sale. Every issue is $1, so if you have been holding back on that, well, now is the time to download Sweet Tooth, or you can buy the trades for it at your local comic book shop.
Probably for less than $1 an issue.
Yeah.
At least here with 25% off.
So
But
they
if we don't have them in stock, you have to
how many
order.
trades are there? 5.
5 or 6, I don't remember.
I don't know off the top
They're
of my
good
head.
though.
yeah, it's on that nice, you know.
I would
Paper,
say
paper.
that the trades are probably better, but I don't
Is this
know
on
that it's
paper,
gonna be
paper?
$1 a piece.
Ah, bummer.
Glossy.
Glossy paper.
glossy
That's
inside.
a little bit of a bummer, but oh well, it's $2.99. You're probably gonna have a good time. And flipbook style. Isn't that fun? All right, let's talk about Marvel. What's going on over at
Alrighty, Marvel, we got
New York?
Avengers. I almost said New Avengers, but it's meaning that it was a new issue of Avengers, but that's a totally different book.
I like the last issue.
More prelude to Infinity. So, crazy aliens running around Earth smashing stuff, I'm sure. Should be cool.
I'm excited. I'm actually excited about Infinity, which is probably stupid, but
I bet Infinity, I mean, it's got Thanos in it, it'll be awesome. Next up, we got Cable and X-Force. I haven't taken a look yet at this one, but the last issue was all Domino and Boom Boom, so, and it was awesome. So hopefully this is maybe a little more Domino and Colossus still on the cover. I guess I can look at it real quick.
tell me Boom Boom's still wearing his sunglasses.
Oh. No, there's more characters in it. Maybe a little guy named Strife.
Ooh,
Aw.
go ahead, DJ. That's also something that caught my
Alright, while
eye.
you're looking at that, we'll talk about Hunger. This is Galactus moving into the Ultimate Universe. Issue 1 was awesome if you didn't pick it up. So I'm pretty excited about this one.
Yeah, I'm really digging that series.
I was really surprised at how good the first one was.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
I know, 4D. That means I get punched by the Hulk. But no, I did not know about Rick Jones in the Ultimate Universe. I don't know
He's
anything
been-
about the Ultimate
He's been in
Universe.
Ultimate Spider-Man, so.
But no, I thought that was cool, and Belkov has a good voice. Like he can write characters that are pretty believable. Like
He's not
some of the
bad.
stuff that they say, I really enjoy it.
The iFamily podcast said that Joshua Bialkov is going to turn out to be the Jeff Johns of the Marvel Universe.
Whoa.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah, isn't that
They've already
Bendis?
got a Jeff Johns of the Marvel Universe. His name is Brian Bendis.
Yeah.
Puts out $10 a month.
And then they've also got another one. His name is Mike Fraction, and another one named John Hickman. I mean,
Yeah.
they don't need just one
But
writer.
I guess what they were trying to say there is Fial Club is moving up to be a more influential
Yeah.
voice.
Remember last year?
They were
when
just
I
trying to
said-
say that he has sort of an encyclopedic knowledge of the Marvel
Okay.
Universe and is bringing in all these characters that have kind of been unconscious for the past
But
several years.
Marvel has one of those too. His name's Mark Waid.
But it's true. But remember last
Wasn't
year?
he at DC at one point?
Last year when I said it wasn't Fialkov at DC?
For half a second. And then
He
was
still
like,
is,
screw
isn't he?
this.
No, he's
I
not
don't think so.
anymore.
He was part of the Green Lantern reboot, and they was like, no.
Well, they also had him on for iVampire, which people
Oh,
liked,
sure.
but no one bought.
That's
But
And now it's gone.
didn't I tell you Fialkov was going to be?
Yeah, I believe that's when Alpha came out, and you
He
said,
did say
Alpha! Yes!
I
The
said
best character in
Fialkov is
comic
going
books
to catch on,
today!
and he's catching on, and
Okay.
I like that.
You're right.
Fialkov.
You're right, Matt.
I am
No,
right.
I
it's a-
never argued that he wasn't catching on.
Yeah.
I agreed that Alpha was not catching on.
Okay. Well,
Let's review the tape tonight. We'll look back at
I
our...
might have just said that he sucked just to make Matt cry, but I never actually.
Alpha
did
may
that.
not be the best character, but Fialkov
Alpha's
is
horrible.
pretty. Oh come on! You didn't read that miniseries.
No,
Buy
I
the
didn't.
trade.
I read this Spider-Man comics with him in it. He was horrible.
Well, it was Dan Slott writing.
I know. Alpha was still horrible.
No,
Let's talk about pick
He
of
was
the
meant
weeks.
to be horrible though.
that's exactly. But that doesn't mean he's poorly
Pick of the
written.
week.
Pick of the week. Wait, you go first. Or, I don't know. TJ, whenever we have TJ, it's always confusing.
Do you have a pick of the week?
Sure, yeah.
That's what everybody says
Okay.
about TJ.
My pick of the week is Swamp Thing, written by Charles Soule and art by Kano? Kano?
You got a sketch from him.
What's his name, Matt? How do you say it?
Kano? I don't have it sketched by Kano. I have it sketched by Cafu.
Oh, same guy.
Sorry.
No!
Anyways.
Kano is in Mortal Kombat.
I was really skeptical when Charles Soule picked up Swamp Thing from Scott Snyder, but it's been really good. And last issue, John Constantine was named
See that?
King of the Drinking Tree, which makes you really angry. So basically, you get a rage disease when you drink beer, and of course, John Constantine is going to take that drink. So now we get Swamp Thing versus Constantine, which I've been waiting for since Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. So this should be super awesome.
That, I like how if they didn't put that tie or that collar on the cover, you would not know really if that was John Constantine.
On a side note,
Is Alvaro Lopez in relation to George?
I doubt it.
Okay.
You old fans that read Stray Bullets and some of David Latham's stuff, it looks like he does at least half the art in this issue, which is pretty cool. So that might be a reason to pick it up if you're interested more in the art than the story, perhaps.
The art's been amazing in Swamp Thing. I mean, since Yannick Paquette. So
Yeah. It kind of has to be,
I
doesn't
think it's
it?
pronounced Packet, actually.
I
I think
mean,
it's Paquette. He's kind of Frenchy.
but you don't want to put a
Okay.
half-wired person on Swamp Thing.
And oh my gosh, guys,
Skip.
Bat Cow is coming back. Bat Cow is coming back.
Never.
It's right here, Brian. The Return of Bat Cow.
Alright, well, he committed seppuku after Damien died. Yeah, I saw
They
it.
only cut like one stomach out more than he has.
Okay,
All right.
my turn.
Yeah, go for it.
Fatal. Really consistently good book. Plus, there is a snippet of an upcoming series from Image in the back called Velvet. And we've discussed Velvet
Oh, we
very
said about
briefly
Velvet.
about the Lady James Bond series coming from
Yeah.
Brubaker. So, pick up this issue of Fatal. It starts off chapter 2. You can jump in pretty easily from here, I would imagine. And you'll get a little sneak peek.
I guess Brubaker's done with superheroes, isn't he?
He's definitely done with Marvel for a while.
Yeah.
I was also going to mention that we haven't really ever talked about it, but the colors for a while has been Betty Breitweiser. She lives in Little Rock, so if you're in Arkansas, you can support a local lady.
I did not know that. That's really cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
colors.
Right on. That's really cool.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is her wife like Dougie or something?
No, her
No, that's
husband. Her
Braithwaite,
husband
isn't
is yeah. Her husband's Mitch Breitweiser, who also is an artist, but she's a really distinctive colorist.
Mhm.
She used to do Agents of Atlas. She did a lot of work for Marvel.
Cool.
But like I said, very consistently good book. Very,
Naked people. Isn't it?
yeah. I mean, it's an Image book.
It'll be a TV show eventually.
Yeah, it's got that feel to it.
When we were at Comic Con and we talked to Brubaker sounded like he wanted a TV show. Remember he was
Has
going-
any options like 3?
Yeah.
He's been sniffing around Hollywood with all that stuff with Criminal and Incognito and stuff.
Even he was talking about Gotham Central, how he wanted that to be a TV show.
And now Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has it.
Yeah.
So DC won't be far behind.
Yeah, but
If that's
pretty much that is the
successful.
Marvel
Oh,
version.
hasn't DC
You
already?
say that. DC's been far behind on the movies. For
Didn't
2
I
years.
say that,
already
but what I'm
announced
saying is, if
that
Agents
they're
of
looking
S.H.I.E.L.D.
into a TV show.
For Gotham Central?
Yeah.
I think it's always been toyed around with, but never.
I
never
saw
seriously.
something on Bleeding Cool that it was being reported that
I
they
mean,
were.
it'd be real easy to make.
It'd be cool, but now, like, I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is kind of the Marvel version of that now.
Yeah,
sure.
Pretty much. But my pick of the week is Superior Spider-Man. Awesome comic. This is Spider-Man has built up his spider army. Of course, it's Doc Ock, and I know it's all ridiculous comic booky stuff, but I still enjoy it. I still get really into, the Doc Ock voice behind Spider-Man. It hasn't worn off for me yet. I still enjoy it, and that was one of the things I was most worried about when Slott did this. Was it can't keep me interested, and it has. And he's about to take down the Kingpin.
I mean, how many issues are we into now?
That's
15.
15, yeah. And
15 issues with Doc Ock, and it's still good.
yeah. I still dig it. Did he take the Kingpin down yet? No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. And the Green Goblin showed up in the last issue. So, good stuff.
Kingpin is scared, though.
Yeah,
Last issue, Kingpin said, "This is not Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I've never been worried for my life."
Right.
Didn't they burn down Shadowland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Spider-Man brought his freaking spider army.
Right.
I think it's cool stuff, but I think it's cool stuff mostly because every issue I read, I'm like, I can't believe, I'm still surprised by it. Like, I'm like, oh man, I can't believe Doc Ock did that. I don't know why I believe
You're
that.
surprised because he's a better Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's mostly that too. It's like,
Is he a better Spider-Man?
no, he's not a better Spider-Man, but is he a better vigilante? Possibly.
Was Azrael a better Batman?
No.
Is New York City
That's
better
pretty much
after Doc Ock?
Azrael was a.
Probably not.
I
He's
mean,
getting more evil and evil every issue.
yeah, Doc Ock's going to screw up. He's going to go too far, and he's going to be brought down, or something's going to happen. Sometime around next summer.
That short girl, she's gonna die.
Bummer.
You heard it here first. Dan Slott will commit. What's the
Short person,
Little people.
side.
little person aside? Yeah. He'll kill a
Not
little
midget
person.
side. Is that what you want to say?
Let's move
All
on.
right.
We only got one left. I'm tired today, so I'm just going to go through it and go with all new X-Men. Because how is it not going to be the best comic book anyway?
That is
All
good.
your-
That's
all your,
always your
all
pick.
your picks. It's not going to be anything compared to this one. Is Kitty Pryde in any of those books? No.
No.
Does Jean Grey meet Rachel Summers or some sort of offspring in any of those comic books? No.
No.
But she does in this one. The only thing to be
Spoilers.
slightly concerned about, and I like David De La Fuente, so I'm fine, but I know a lot of people that didn't like him when he was on Ultimate Spider-Man. So it's a pretty drastic change in art style for the storyline, but
really is.
His art style looks different though from
Yeah.
when it did in Ultimate Spider-Man.
it's still pretty heavily anime.
Isn't it
style.
awesome though that
I enjoy it.
the little X-Men actually look like little X-Men now?
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
they always
'Cause they
look
look like teenagers now instead of like 28-year-olds.
No,
I
think
like
they-
it when comics take art risks like that.
I like his
They
style.
just deviated from the main style enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
We
a
like
small.
it when
Looks
comics do that, DC.
No, it was like I said, I enjoyed it in Ultimate Spider-Man. I know a lot of people didn't, so
Mhm.
you might be thrown off when you pick it up, but I'm sure if nothing else, the story will be
Yeah.
awesome.
The real question is, does Cyclops need to cut his hair?
It's possible. I know
Mm.
Ultimate Spider-Man needed to.
Ooh,
Throw it in.
sweet! Superhero toothbrushes.
He's
Okay.
looking at ads.
Okay, well, that's it for this week. We will be back next week. And I think a few Omnibuy and big old trades are coming out that are worth talking about. I don't know if it comes out next week, but I know you and I are patiently waiting for the Amazing Spider-Man second printing omnibus and the Strangers in Paradise
Yeah, that
omnibus.
should be any time now.
Yeah.
It might be next week
Um,
because he was originally hoping to get it for San Diego.
yeah, and he didn't. We know because we was there. I'm wearing a Green Lantern shirt today.
And you didn't even talk about it. He came out and everything.
Yeah.
Wait, Green Lantern came out?
Yeah, he did that in Earth 2.
Oh.
Alright.
Did that come out today?
Send us
Earth
off.
2 did come out today.
Alright.
Matt doesn't like it, so he didn't talk about it.
Sorry. You could have picked it for your pick of the week.
I probably would pick the next one because that's the last James Robinson issue.
Well, from the Secret Life of Comic Books, tell us where we're located. Sorry.
255 Ferris Road behind good old UCA, which is killing me right now. But go ahead.
But from the Secret Life of Comic Books, .blogspot.com. Until next week, I'm Matt Wood.
I'm Mara Wood.
I'm TJ Wood.
He's not.
And I'm Brian Wood, secretly the writer of X-Men.
Isn't
Woohoo!
he bald?
I don't know.
No, he's got long hair. It's about shoulder length.
Right.
If they're a good writer, they usually lose their hair. See you next week. Bye.
God bless you.
Dude, we're taking God out of the podcast. Come on.